Imagine leaving your home in the middle of the night, knowing you will never return. The night Prince Siddhartha became the Buddha, he faced his hardest test. Not a demon, not temptation, but his own newborn son. Rahul was just 1 day old. Before leaving forever, Siddhartha quietly walked into Yashodhara's room for one last glimpse. She was asleep, holding the newborn child gently against her chest. The room was silent except for their breathing. He wanted to hold his son just once. He wanted to kiss him, to whisper something only a father can whisper. But he stopped because he knew if he touched Rahul, if Yashodhara woke up and looked into his eyes, he would never be able to leave. So he stood there at the door, looking at his entire world sleeping in front of him, and then turned away. That night was not a victory, it was a heartbreak. But sometimes the path to truth begins where the heart breaks. Many people don't know this, but Siddhartha himself gave the child the name Rahul. In ancient astrology, Rahul means the force that binds, the obstacle that pulls you back. Siddhartha felt it deeply. Just when I was ready to leave the palace, you came into my life like a chain, pulling me back. Not because he didn't love his son, but because love makes us stay. And this journey needed him to walk alone. At midnight, Siddhartha stepped out of the palace with his loyal charioteer, Chandaka. The horses moved silently. The moonlight fell softly on the path. But when they reached the edge of the city, Chandaka broke down. He cried and said, "What are you doing? People spend their entire lives trying to get what you already have: a kingdom, wealth, a loving wife, a newborn child, and you are throwing it all away. Why?" Siddhartha looked at him and said, "You see a palace, but I see a fire. Everything here is burning: desires, fears, ambitions, and I am not running away from the world. I am going in search of myself." Chandaka could not understand. How could he? Only someone who has felt the thirst for truth knows what Siddhartha felt that night. At the border, Siddhartha removed his royal jewelry and placed it in Chandaka's hands. He cut off his long hair, the pride of a prince, and said, "Take these back. These do not belong to me anymore." Chandaka cried like a child. He said, "Don't do this. Your hair is the most beautiful in the kingdom." Siddhartha smiled gently. "These beautiful things will also burn one day. Why cling to what is doomed to disappear?" And with that, the prince walked into the forest alone. What followed were 6 years of unimaginable struggle. Siddhartha went from teacher to teacher, from guru to guru. Whatever they said, he practiced with total sincerity. Some told him, "Eat less, every day reduce your food. When you reach 1 grain of rice, enlightenment will come." And he did it. He reduced his food until he was living on a single grain of rice. His body collapsed. His bones became visible. His skin dried and turned dark. He tried every path, every meditation, every discipline, and yet the ego remained. Every guru eventually said, "You did everything perfectly, but even this did not free you. Maybe you should go to someone else." Siddhartha had a sincerity that frightened even the teachers. One day, while trying to cross the small Niranjana river, Siddhartha was so weak that he collapsed into the water. He held onto a root to keep from drowning. At that moment, a simple realization struck him. This path of self-torture, this also is a trap of the ego. I won't find truth by destroying the body. That moment changed everything. He abandoned all gurus, all techniques, all austerities. He sat under a tree and said, I am not seeking anything now. Not enlightenment, not heaven, not liberation. Let the truth reveal itself in its own time. And something inside him became completely silent. The desire to become anything dissolved. That night, as the last star was setting, the light within him rose. The seeker disappeared. The Buddha was born. But the story does not end here. The 5 monks who once followed him saw him eating simple food again. They said, Gautama has become corrupt. He has fallen. He is no longer pure. They left him. Yet, on the morning after enlightenment, Buddha's first thought was of them. They stayed with me when I had nothing. They deserved to hear this truth first. He walked to Sarnath, found them sitting under a tree, and they turned their backs to him. This is the fallen Gautama. We will not bow to him. But when Buddha said, Look at me once, the one you left behind is no longer here. They felt something impossible to describe. One by one, they fell at his feet. Thus began the first sermon, the turning of the wheel of Dharma, and the world changed forever. If this story touched your heart, help this video reach those who are in search of truth.